Thank you, Mr. President. I rise for a moment to speak to remember 9/11/2001, a day that every American citizen and every citizen in the world remembers. They remember where they were, they remembered what they thought, and they remember the tragedy that we all watched on television that day. And it's appropriate that on every 9/11 of every year that we pause for a moment and pray for the victims and their families of that tragedy, that we remember what happened on that day, and that we commit ourselves to see to it that it never happens again. But it's important that it not just be a memory. It needs to be a seminal moment in our lives that allows us to never forget the tragedy of what I believe was the first battle in the greatest war between good and evil. Terrorism is the ultimate enemy for freedom, liberty, and democracy, and it is something we must stand up to and never cower to. Sometimes people ask me, what can I do? What can I do on 9/11/2012 to remember those who died, to remember those who saved lives, and to remember what happened? I said there are three important things for us to always do. Number one is give thanks for the EMTs, the firemen, the law enforcement officers who risked their lives and in many cases died to save people who were victims of the Twin Tower tragedy. That's number one. Second, remember, we are a soldier in the Army to fight terrorism. Every American should remember to be vigilant. Watch where they go. If they see something unusual, they see something out of character, report it. We can be the second security force for our country. Third, and most importantly, pray for our country. Pray that we have the strength to continue to confront terrorism. It is important for us to remember that terrorists win when we fear them. When we change what we do in our lives because we fear terrorism, they have won that great battle. We must stand up to them, be vigilant for those signs that may indicate a terrorist attack may happen, and let them know no matter where, no matter when, no matter what, the people of the United States of America stand ready to confront you and see to it that never does our country cower in fear because of terrorism. So on this tragic day, where almost 3,000 citizens of the world lost their lives in New York City, Shanksville, Pennsylvania, or Washington, D.C., it is appropriate that we pause and remember those victims, their families, and all those that worked to save lives at 9/11/2001. But remember those three things. Pray for America and those who were victims. Remember, we are vigilant and should be a part of the Army that keeps our eyes open and reports things that are seen. And always remember that when we cower to terrorism and fear it, the terrorists have won. America must always be what America is, the strongest democracy on the face of this earth. May God bless our country, and may God bless the souls that died on 9/11/2001.